every moment spent in connection, reflecting on who we are and how we've grown, the moments that are full of joy and celebration, and then those moments that challenge us and ask us to change course, pivot in a new direction, and grow and change in ways that we never anticipated. Every moment spent in connection, sharing those reflections, coming together around shared experiences, changes who we are. Because it allows us to get to know who we are, to get to know our hearts, and it allows us to form connections and community around shared passions, interests, and joy. Welcome to Lessons In, a new series from Seek the Joy podcast. Through conversations focusing on life's biggest lessons, this series will explore the joys we can find through these experiences and the connection and community we create through sharing our reflections. It's an open and honest look at the moments and lessons in our lives that impact us. Every episode features a conversation that will leave you feeling inspired, motivated, full of joy, and get you thinking about the experiences in your life and the lessons they've taught you. Lessons In, a new series from Seek the Joy podcast. Welcome back to Lessons In. Today, I'm joined by Amanda and Christopher Dahl. They are healers and Reiki Masters behind Dahl Holistic Health, a family-owned business located in San Diego, California. After overcoming a 20-year struggle with Lyme disease, using Reiki, Biomagnetic Pair Therapy, and holistic treatments, they started Dahl Holistic Health to help others with chronic illness too. In today's episode, Amanda and Christopher join me to share a lesson that they've learned about the power of energy healing and how finding energy work while in the middle of this 18-year battle with Lyme disease changed their lives forever. We talk about the growth that came from their experiences with energy work and the joy that they found as a result. It was so powerful to hear how joy really came in increments and the joy that continues to come into their lives as a result of working with energy, both personally and professionally. Amanda and Christopher's reflections, honesty, and vulnerability will leave you feeling inspired and remind you that you're never stuck. There is always a way through, and hope and healing is possible for you too. To learn more about Amanda and Christopher, Dahl Holistic Health, this week's new episode, and our series Lessons In, head on over to our website, seekthejoypodcast.com. Everything is right there. Without further ado, let's dive in to this week's new episode, Lessons in Energy Healing, with Amanda and Christopher Dahl. I think energy healing is something that we're talking about a lot more, both on social media and in our own lives. And I've definitely shared on the podcast my experience with energy healing. But the more that I go deep with this topic and talk to different people sort of in this space, I think more and more I'm learning that it's very individual. It's very unique. And as we do this work, you often, go through tougher times first before you kind of get to the other side, so to speak. And it's a very personal experience. And so I'd love to know from both of you, how do you define energy healing and what has it really meant for you to pursue your own healing?
Well, for us, we really take it at face value. What is energy healing? Well, we all have this energy that we don't necessarily have instruments to measure right now in scientifically, but it's the life force that is contained within all of us. We talk about auras, we talk about chakras. Those are all part of that energy system. And it can take on maladies, imbalances, just like our physical bodies can. And so it's very important as we do work on healing ourselves, we're conscious of all the layers of our being, which just it extends past our physical. So you have an accident and maybe you have some sort of fault you've taken on for yourself, and you're trying to heal the physical that resulted from that, but you may never release all the pain because you still energetically are holding on to maybe you caused that accident. Mm-hmm. So by doing this energy work, we can get in and break up those blockages that will allow you to fully heal on the physical and the emotional and energetic levels as well. And so that's really where our focus is with our Reiki practice, is channeling that Reiki energy and pushing it through into our clients and helping them free themselves from this, negative energies, trapped emotions, traumas, anything that could be holding them back from their fullest potential.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really powerful, and that makes a lot of sense. And Amanda, what has it really meant for you to pursue this work and to pursue energy healing? I know you and I have spoken many times before, but I'd love for you to share what that's meant for you too.
Well, for me, when we got into energy work, it was because we had Lyme disease at the time. We're in remission now, thankfully. But what it meant for us was it was a way for us to have control again and to have happiness in our lives again, because energy work was not something that we had really been introduced to before. So we found out that we had Lyme disease and we were doing all the things to work on the physical components of Lyme, but our healing plateaued. And we weren't pushing forward through that. So then when we were introduced to energy work, it brought on so much hope that we could heal, because all of a sudden, those emotions were being healed, and that frustration and that anger from being sick for 18 years before anybody figured out what was going on. So for me, it was a way to bring forward hope, and it definitely accelerated our healing. And as we started our own journey with being able to help people to heal, it was amazing for us to be able to bring hope and healing to other people that had been stuck in different illnesses, not just Lyme. I mean, we help people with many different types of illnesses and traumas. And what it's meant for me was just a way to bring hope and healing back into our lives and then share that to be able to provide that for others.
I think what both of you have shared is really important and very powerful, because what's often not talked about with energy healing is, yes, especially if you're a healer yourself and you're working with other people, it has an impact on them, but then in return, it has such a strong, powerful impact on you. I remember someone once said to me that when they're doing energy healing and this healing work, they're doing it and receiving that healing at the same time. Have you guys had that experience too, where when you're working with a client and you find that it's also healing an aspect of your life or your trauma or whatever it is that you're going through as well?
Absolutely. Energetically, we're all linked underneath, in the layers that we can't see. We share that trauma. So when we are healing others and we're helping them release those sort of vibrations, we're helping the energy, they break up similar blockages that we contain in ourselves. And it's interesting how the universe will tend to bring those kind of people into your life that need healing, the same healing that you need. And so I know both Amanda and I have had some really powerful experiences with our clients, not only releasing what's stuck for them, but releasing what's trapped in us as well. Sometimes you don't even know it's in there until it starts to come out.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, you don't often know what needs to be healed until you actually begin the process of healing.
Oh, absolutely.
So would you guys say that your journey with Lyme disease and when you hit that plateau, was that like your moment, your opportunity where you thought, or you found like, okay, energy work is really what's going to change everything for me. This is the path I want to continue in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first time that I ever received energy healing was during a massage, and the massage therapist, she was coming to our house to help us release toxins and to get the tissues to be able to function better, because, our bodies would kind of freeze up. We had a lot of pain and a lot of inflammation in our body, but she was also doing a little bit of Reiki at the same time. And it was amazing to me because I was laying there and, I think a lot of people know what a massage feels like, but this was different. I was feeling waves of warmth going through my body and it felt amazing. And I felt so relaxed. And part of what Reiki healing does is it can help your brain to relax so that you get into, those different brain waves that almost that space where we're about to fall asleep, that really deep, relaxed state. And I felt that. And I hadn't felt that in a really long time. Like for us, we weren't sleeping well. We were worried all the time. And it was one of the first times that I can remember, since going through our illness, that I could relax and I could start to feel some hope again. And that made me really excited. And that was a turning point, because at the end of the massage, I said to her, okay, I've had a massage before, but that wasn't just a massage.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of a turning point where I realized that there was a whole world out there that I didn't know about. And I was approaching my illness strictly from a physical healing level. And then I realized that there was so much more than that. And once that switch was flipped, it was a game changer for me and my healing and what I wanted to help others with too.
Chris, did you feel like you had a very similar experience, or what was your experience like?
Yeah, we both started the same way through that massage therapist. I'll kind of kick back to Amanda's story where we had been receiving this healing, and then she just sat up one night at midnight, and I think I was up still reading, and she looks at me and she says, I need to go take Reiki training. And I said, okay, go do it. So she went and she took the training. She came home and had such an amazing experience from the training. She walked in the door, she goes, that was amazing. You need to do it. And I had already felt called. I had read about Reiki in the past, and it just wasn't the right time. So I took the same class, and I had a very profound experience during that it changed my beliefs in what was real, and just being able to experience that energy and all the wonderful things that goes with it. It's transformed my life, and I'm certainly not the same person I was before I stepped into that class.
I love what you both have shared, because I think we often hit sort of our version maybe of a rock bottom, and you find tools and resources and books and practices and modalities to help, to really help you transform out of that. But the biggest transformation comes from, I think, your choice and your willingness to make those decisions to change your life, make those decisions to try something new that you feel really called to. And it sounds like that's been a really big pervasive part of both of your journeys. It sounds like a lot of joy has come from all of this and from your work, both in your practices, but also on a very personal level. So I'd love for you both to share just how joy has come back into your life, and what that's looked like.
We were stuck with illness for years. And when you are trapped in chronic illness and not understanding what's going on, the joy really goes out of your life, because you're always seeking just to feel a little bit better. And the hope that came with seeing those glimpses of feeling better, and when we hit the tipping point where we were having more good days than bad days, the joy started to come back into our life. And our son was also sick with Lyme disease. So watching him heal and watching him starting to feel better brought that joy back into our lives. And that, it's been joy in increments, watching different healing going on for each other, for our son, and then being able to carry that over into, a community that we were so passionate about. We started off working with patients that had Lyme disease, but then that carried over and we were able to bring joy to other people. And, now we've built a community of people that have healed from so many different things, but watching that joy grow and radiate to each other in the community that we've built has been amazing.
Yeah. And before we got into this, you kind of go through life and you mirror what other people do that you think, because you think that's what's going to bring you happiness. And, we went through all the things that we thought were supposed to bring happiness. And they do come with happiness, getting a house, having a child, having pets, all the things that people say a successful adult has. But it didn't really give us that contentment and peace and joy inside that was lasting. But being in this work and being in service to other people and helping them release from their trauma and the things that are keeping them from being the best version of themselves, that brings so much joy. I literally have tears of joy every day because of the interactions that I can have, not just with the clients on the table, but everyone in your life. You can be that healing presence for them. You can be that peace for them, that it's tangible. When you're in their presence, they're like, wow, I feel so much calmer when you're around, and I don't understand why. And just being able to be that for other people is extremely joyful for me.
I love that. I love what you both shared, because there's a lot of joy that comes through healing. And I love what you said, Amanda. It came in increments. It didn't come all at once, didn't come all at the same time, but that joy sort of built upon itself. And as you started to heal yourself and you began to be in service to others through your own healing, there's a lot of joy that comes from that too. And what has surprised you both the most about your journey with energy work and healing?
I think the thing that surprised us was how quickly we healed once we started to address those energetic components that needed to be healed, but also how quickly other people heal and how fast their lives can change once they release those pieces of themselves that they've been holding on so tightly to and just, waiting for the right thing to come along for them to be able to release it. A lot of people walk around with such dark pain and trauma that they've carried since they were children. Mm-hmm. And just watching how quickly they can heal once they find that safe place and a safe place where they can release that. How quickly the healing is, I think, has been one of the biggest surprises.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, if it's your first time receiving Reiki or any energy healing for that matter, when people are ready to do the work, it can happen so quickly. Mm-hmm. We've had instances where we've seen people for one session and we don't hear from them for a while and we think, okay, well, maybe it wasn't that much for them. And then we happen to touch base with them even as late as a year or two later. And they say, I have to tell you what a profound experience that was. And I just released what I needed to in that session. And my life has changed since then. And just seeing that joy return to their life when they get rid of whatever that emotional baggage was, it's a blessing to be a part of that.
I wish you both could see my face because I think what you've shared is not only really true, but really beautiful. And I think a lot of people, everyone who's going to listen to this episode is going to probably start Googling energy work and energy healing and try and understand the different modalities that are available to them and the different practices and trainings they can go to if they feel called to. So thank you both so much for everything that you shared. And I'm so grateful that we had this conversation because energy healing has definitely been a huge part of my life and a huge part of my own growth and transformation. So the opportunity to speak with both of you and learn more about your transformations and the impact and how it's really led you to be of service to others, I think is really powerful. So where can everyone find you guys, connect, and learn more?
Our website is dahlholistichealth.com, and that's DAHL, Holistic Health. We're under the same handle on Instagram and Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel where we have videos where we explain some of the different energy modalities that we work with. And we encourage people to contact us through whatever their easiest channel is. So if they are somebody who likes Instagram, they can drop us a direct message. Facebook, we're on the Messenger service. We have a contact us page through our website. And also, we can work with people in person or remotely. So we have clients all over the country. So whatever way is easiest for people to work with us and learn more, we're happy to do that. We offer a free consultation for people. So all they have to do is reach out to us and we can schedule that for them.
Perfect. I'm going to include everything in the show notes. It'll be really easy for everyone to find you. And just thank you so much again. There's so much power in energy work and it's deeply personal and transformative. And I can't wait to share this. So thank you both again.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you, Sydney. It's our pleasure.